Hello everyone, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be doing a dark feminine makeup. This year makeup is coming back, finally. I'm gonna teach you how to do a little bit more makeup in a very easy way so you can incorporate it into your daily life, into your normal routine without that much more effort, you know what I mean? Because I feel like clean girl makeup, it has to go. But I understand that the time that it takes to do something else, it's a little bit challenging. So I'm gonna show you that you actually don't need that much time to do a little bit more makeup, something that is a little bit more fun, and something that's sexy, dark feminine type of vibe that I personally very much prefer. I'm just doing my skin prep. Let me finish this and let's get into it. You know, I like to start with my brows while I let all the skin prep sink in. And I follow a very specific routine, but obviously you do your brows however you want. I personally start by applying some brow gel all over. And now I let that dry for a little bit until it's a little bit more tacky. And in the meantime, I curl my lashes because we don't have time to waste here. The time that I spend curling my lashes is the perfect time for the brow gel to get tacky. So now I take lash applicator, okay? You don't need this, you can use your fingers. And now I pinch them because I prefer a skinnier brow. Like it gives me that edgy vibe for a dark feminine look. I feel like a skinny brow is just perfection. And obviously this way I don't need to pluck my whole brow to get this kind of effect. Because let's be honest, my brows will grow back in like 2 days. So there's literally no point. Now with a brow pen, I like to fill in any gaps and extend the brow tail just a little bit. More makeup doesn't really mean heavier makeup, so we're gonna do a very light base. I'm going to be applying this Luminous Silk by Armani Beauty. This is the old formula now because they just launched a reformulated formula. I know everyone and their mom knows about this foundation, like it's iconic, but I just recently used it for the first time and I get the hype now. I really do. It's a foundation that really feels like a skin tint. I'm not the biggest fan of foundations. I don't want heavy coverage. I want something that's buildable, that's light and buildable. And this is exactly it. The way I prefer to apply my base product is apply a very thin layer of the foundation that you want to use with a fluffy brush. That's important. This is going to give you the most skin-like finish. And now you can still see all my blemishes peek through, and that's all right. This step is not to cover everything, okay? This is just to even out the skin tone. And let's do some bronzer now. I'm lazy, so I'm directly picking it up with a brush from here and then going in. Best technique is to put it in the back of your hand and then grab it with the brush, but I'm just feeling lazy. I don't want to get my hands dirty, so this is a nice in-between. You can go as heavy or as light as you want. You can have a dark feminine type of makeup with a lot of bronzer or not that much. This is literally up to you. As you can see, I'm not being very precise, okay? I'm very roughly applying it. And now I'm going to do the following thing. I'm going to grab my concealer that's similar to my skin tone, and now I'm going to spot conceal pimples here, and I'm gonna let that marinate, okay? Same here that I have some redness, and I'm gonna skip the under eye for now. Now we let this dry for like a minute or two, and in the meantime we go apply some blush. I'm gonna grab my Armani Luminous Silk. This one blends really nicely, so I can apply it on top of my bronzer directly to my face and blend right away. And you want to blend with tapping motions so you don't disturb anything that you have going on underneath already. If you apply it directly to your skin, I don't really recommend, okay? But if you do, make sure the blush, you know it's a blush that you know it blends really well, and also be quick, okay? Just apply it and blend it right away. Now, with whatever's left, I'm going to drag it under my eyes, and this is going to apply the smallest amount of pink under my eye to color correct. We don't really have to use that much concealer. Now I'm going to grab my concealer again and apply some just here wherever I need the most coverage, okay? And now while we let this dry down, I blend the rest of the concealer. Always with tapping motions, okay? Because we want to keep the coverage This way we have a very thin layer of foundation all over the face, so it's not too much, and then strategic application of concealer wherever we need actual coverage. Okay, so we don't need to move it around too much, and as you can see, it's covering up all my blemishes so perfectly, like so perfectly. Now I'm dragging a little bit all over to clean up the bronzer that was a little bit rough. Okay, and this way we're kind of achieving the perfect base already. Now let's go in and blend the concealer. Don't move it around too much, just whatever is placed, and then just drag the brush a little bit. Now, if you want, if you feel like you've lost some sort of color, you can go back in with the blush and bronzer brush. Just go back in to make sure the color is there. I'm actually going to add a little bit of extra blush, just a little bit, not too much. It's always best to add less because you can always add a little bit more later, but removing makeup, it's a little bit messy. Okay, let me show you how to apply some powder so it doesn't feel too much. You have to trust me on this one. Okay, you can either do it with a small fluffy brush or a powder puff, literally whatever you want, and you can achieve very similar results. Okay, just grab some amount, and this is too much, like too much. You want to distribute that really nicely like this until you see it's very smooth all over. Make sure you don't have any creases from the concealer, and now just go in. You can see that it really doesn't look like too much. This is what makes a makeup cakey. It can be a lot of things, but many times is how you apply the powder. See, if you apply it smoothly, if you apply a very thin layer, okay, it just looks really flawless and you don't look like you're wearing a lot of powder, because you aren't. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. The key here is to have this very, very smooth. Okay, you apply it with tapping motions. Everything is with tapping motions. Okay, when in doubt, just tap. And we have our powder, and it's super easy, super easy. Let's move on to the eyes now, which is the main part of this makeup. Really excited. First thing that I'm going to do is define the eye. Okay, place a nice base that's going to give a little bit of depth and just sets the mood for the rest of the eye look. And what I'm going to use is what I always use. Okay, this Armani eyeshadow, liquid eyeshadow, is the easiest thing that you are going to use ever. It blends like a dream. So this is in shade 30M, and I'm placing this mainly on the crease and slowly blending that out, but not too much. Just the main thing is to tap around, okay, under the eye. Let's move on to this one. This color I think is so pretty. It's nice and neutral, which I love. And now I'm going to grab another cream eyeshadow, just because I think these are faster and easier to use. Okay, I'm going to place this closer to the lash line. This one's a little bit of a darker brown, and with the same brush I'm going to blend it, but keep it quite in place. Okay, we want a gradient so you can really see the difference in depth. Now, I'm not picking up any extra product, I'm just using whatever is left in this brush. Since everything's kind of drying down, I'm going to run it a little bit more upwards, a little bit closer to the brow, and this way we're kind of blending your natural skin tone with the eyeshadow without the need of any transition shades. And that's it. Okay, and now I'm going to use the new Fenty Beauty gel liners. I tried this the other day and they are very long lasting, okay, but I also love that they have a little smudger on the other end, and this is going to make it so easy to make a nice smoky wing liner, which I think is way better than a regular eyeliner, way easier as well, and it looks a little bit more, I don't know, effortless, you know. But first we're going to zoom you in for this one. If you know how to do the upper waterline, do that as well. Oh. Ay, que me he ido. Okay, and now let's create our smoky liner. I'm placing my finger here, but this is kind of very unnecessary. If you do it, don't pull the skin, okay? I'm gonna place it in the outer corner mainly. I'm gonna create kind of like a V shape. Don't go too far with this. Now with the smudger or a little brush, that's fine. You can start smudging that and winging it out, making it into a wing liner. Make it a little bit more dramatic. I'm gonna go across the whole lower lash line. And this doesn't need to look perfect. The messier, the better, in my opinion, because that's what it gives that effortless vibe. Okay, I'm gonna do the other eye and be right back. And now to define the eye fully, I'm going to do an inner corner liner. I know this one might be intimidating, but I swear it's not that hard. Like, you have to draw from inside out and just follow your natural eye shape, your natural inner corner shape. Just draw the tiniest thing, okay? Super, super tiny. Follow me with this one. We pull that from above. That's it. We connected that and that's it. Now you can extend that as much as you want, make it as sharp as you want, but that you run the risk of making it too big. Let me do this eye as well. That's it. That's literally it. Just connect both ends. This tiny detail just makes everything look so much more clean if you want, while still keeping that messiness. Okay, let's just do some mascara. It's a L'Oreal Lash Paradise. I think this is gonna give a very dramatic effect, and that's what we want. Wow, this mascara. Wow. Okay. That is crazy. I love L'Oreal mascaras. Like, they're literally the best. Literally the best. If you find one that works for your lashes, like, wow, that is so nice. Why haven't I tried this one before? Just the tiniest bits for my lower lashes. And now let's do a lip combo that complements this whole look. I've decided I'm going to mix these two, I think. Let's try. First one is from Kaleidos in shade 06 Hava. This one's really pretty. And then I'm going to use Cocoa from Sosu Cosmetics. Oh my god, no! It has mold. What in the world? Can you see that? Is that mold? Looks so weird. I'm going to see if it was just the outside. Like, this looks fine now. Maybe it's not mold, it's just like product build-up or something. I want to use this to define more my lips and also blend it with my natural lip color. Okay, that was weird. Then I'm going to use Nabla Beyond Jelly lipsticks, shade Stage. This one has kind of like a glossy finish, but I haven't tried it yet. It smells so good. Oh yeah, this looks so good. Wow. Wow, I love this combo. That looks so pretty. I love it. That looks so good. Pinkier than I thought it would be, but I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Okay, let me finish this with some Freckles. I can't find my Freckle pen, so I'm just gonna use the lip liner to make some beauty marks. A few Freckles. You can literally use anything to make freckles, okay? Your lip liner, a brown gel pencil, whatever, like anything that has kind of like the color that you want. You don't really have to buy an actual freckle pen. Like, it's nice, yes, of course it is. Would I buy it? Yes, but that's just me. But you don't really have to. You can use eyeshadow and a tiny brush and like, you're good. Okay, like, you have to stop being afraid of wearing makeup, okay? Like, it's a very wearable, dark feminine makeup. Clean makeup is out. makeup is in, okay? And if you like more makeup, I suggest you to join my Instagram community, okay? Because I feel like I have different personalities on here and there, so you can go check that out. Also, my TikTok is gonna be, it has kind of like a different vibe. Like each platform has its own essence. That's okay. Hope you like this makeup. Hope you understood that it's not that hard and it doesn't really take that long to do this, okay? You don't have to be as precise as this one, but you can be messy. You can just play around, have a cooler makeup, okay? Just try it. Like, I promise it's fine. You can wipe it off if you don't like it. As always, everything that I use will be linked down in the description below. If you have any questions, let me know. If you have any other video suggestions that you want me to make, let me know as well. Yeah, thank you so much for watching and for being here. I will see you in the next video. Bye!